guys, still in New York, creating another video for you guys after 2 grueling days of meeting some amazing people in New York City. I had 4 meetings in Manhattan yesterday that dragged me all over town, would not stop raining. I kept getting soaked everywhere I went. I had 2 great meetings today. Went down to Brooklyn, spent a lot of time with a new good friend named Joe, who could be considered a competitor of mine. But I'm a big believer that there really is no competition. If you're in a service business and you can't find a way to differentiate or add value that no one else is adding, then you're destined to compete, and that's not where I want to be. I want to know who my market is. I want to position myself for them. I want to make sure that I'm always doing business in a way where I really have no competitors. And I have no complaints about all the work I've been doing and how exhausted I am, because this is what it takes. This is what it takes to build a great business. Coming up to New York, going all over the place, finding time to duck in and return emails and check in with the team and make sure that everything's going well. It's gotten me a little exhausted. Wouldn't want to do it all the time, but there's no complaints in doing it every now and then. And good meetings and good things coming from it, I believe. So what I want to talk about today is that I went down to Brooklyn, as I mentioned, and I visited Joe at Ajax Union, which is a great internet marketing firm. They're easily double the size of Juicy Results. They're doing great things. And I met Joe at this conference in Philadelphia about 1.5 years ago. And Gary Vaynerchuck, or Gary V, as everybody knows him, was speaking on stage. And when he started to take questions, Joe was the first question. And his question was, can I come on stage and take a selfie with you? And the audience completely erupted. And this was kind of when selfies were, still more of a teenage girl thing and not a word that you use at a conference full of entrepreneurs. And so it was great. And so Joe went on. Gary said, yes, of course. And so Gary went on stage and he pulled out his selfie stick and he took this epic selfie of him and Gary with all of us, with 700 entrepreneurs at this keynote speech in the background in Philadelphia. That photo is on the back of his business card now. And that's how I remember Joe, and so does everybody else. And so he's always taking these great selfies. And by the way, he was in a video in Juicy Bits, maybe 70 videos ago, talking about your personal brand and how it's so important to get your face out there. And anyone that I know that knows Joe just knows Joe with selfies. That's who he is. So I went to go visit him today in his office, which is an amazing office in Brooklyn. And we're getting ready to go to lunch. And he says, Jeremy, I have a gift for you for coming to the office today. And he said, what's your favorite color? And he basically came back and he said, basically handed me this, which is a selfie stick, which I thought was hilarious. Joe understands personal branding. He understands what people think about him. He understands what people know about him. And he understands how important it is not to be mediocre, how easy it is to be forgotten, and how you need something to make yourself, your image, stick in people's minds. Hope you can hear me over all the horns and sirens in the background. It's part of being in Midtown Manhattan, as you know, constantly horns honking out the windows. So he hands in the selfie stick, which was fantastic. And he said, I bought a couple of selfie sticks. And he pointed over to the corner of the office, and there was 15 boxes stacked full of these bad boys right here. And so I died laughing. I was so excited to get the gift for him. And I just thought it was brilliant. And I thought, this is not branded. This doesn't have his company's name on it or anything. It doesn't have his name. But the very nature that Joe has attached himself to the idea of selfies, in my mind, and so many other business owners' minds, his network is fantastic. And he's found a way to be memorable, to stand out. And that's really the message of this video. Not just this great story about this wonderful human being named Joe. Thank you, by the way, for all the time today, Joe, and for lunch. But the idea is that, you need to understand how people are going to remember you. Attach yourself to something that is either funny or important or memorable, whatever it is. Just understand what it is that people think about you and magnify that times 10. And that's how you're going to be remembered when it comes to networking and being top of mind and personal branding. So think about what that is. and don't be mediocre, because nobody remembers mediocre.